I didn't want to destroy you. You should have kept me as controlled opposition. I would have been on your side. I would have corrected my message. I would have done whatever you needed me to do. I don't think that I put a magic spell on anybody. And I'm certainly not the worst influence out here, Piers. You have Little Nas twerking on the devil. But the point I'm trying to make is this: I'm not the devil. There are certainly worse people than me.
I'll tell you something about my father. My father was literally a spy for the CIA.
My father was in the CIA. So I started doing it, and people started saying, that's an Illuminati hand symbol. He's a Freemason hand symbol. I'm not associated with the Illuminati.
Why 13? What is the reason?
I was born on the 13th. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in 13 weeks. My first song that ever went #1, it had a 13-second intro. And I didn't even do that on purpose. And every time I've ever won an award at an award show, I've either been seated in the 13th row or row M, which is the 13th letter. Wow. And when I won the Horizon Award at the CMA Awards, the producer came up to me when I was sound checking and said, all right, we're going to go in 13 seconds. There are so many numbers.
Wow.
As I've lived many different incarnations upon the planet. If you know what I am doing, if you know what I am selling, and you still comply and adhere, you are basically saying that all the consequences are erased. That's how karmic retribution works in the satanic world.
The fact that I told you what it was means I'm not guilty. I didn't murder you. Yeah. You committed.
So in today's video, I'm going to be exposing Taylor Swift and her satanic character, Zeena LaVey. But before I get into that, I have to expose Zeena LaVey's father, Anton LaVey, because Andrew Tate is based off of Anton LaVey. As you can see, these two characters look exactly alike right here. So I'll be exposing them first, along with other characters that I found who are also based off of Anton LaVey. And then I'll be exposing Taylor Swift and all of her characters at the end of this video, because Taylor Swift has like 5 other characters. So make sure you guys watch this entire video. So first, let's talk about Andrew Tate and Anton LaVey, because Andrew Tate has this video where he reacted to another guy's video who talked about how Taylor Swift does demonic performances, and he even brought up Anton LaVey and Zeena LaVey in the video.
Isn't it interesting that Taylor Swift looks exactly like Zeena LaVey? Who is Zeena LaVey, you might ask? She's Anton LaVey's daughter. Anton LaVey was the founder of the Satanic Church, and his daughter, Zeena LaVey, was a high priestess for Satan.
And the fact that Andrew Tate reacted to this video is a subliminal response to my videos, because if you guys remember, 1 year ago, I made this video exposing Andrew Tate for being Anton LaVey, and then I also made this second video about this topic, and both of these videos went viral, so this makes sense why Andrew Tate would respond. So if you guys want to watch my other Andrew Tate videos, the links are in the description. Make sure you guys go check those out after you watch this video. But before I show you guys his response, I want to show you guys some more connections that I found between Anton LaVey and Andrew Tate. So not only do these two characters look so much alike, but they also have the same facial hair, the same eyes, and they're both bald. But not only that, you guys were pointing out some details that I didn't even notice in my video. A lot of you guys made comments letting me know that their ears are exactly the same, and I didn't even notice that in my original video. So as you can see in these two pictures right here, their ears are placed in the exact same spots, and they're the exact same size as well. And here's another good comparison where not only do they look so much alike, but again, you can see that they literally have the exact same ears. I'll zoom in right now so that you guys can see how similar their ears are right here. And on top of that, they're also doing the same sinister look with their eyes. You know, you can really see how evil they are by their eyes. You know, like they say, eyes are the window to the soul. So again, right here, you can see that they have the same look in their eyes, and it's a very evil look. You know, these characters are clearly evil, and you can really see it in their facial expressions right here. And again, their ears are exactly the same. The biggest connection of them all is the fact that Andrew Tate equals 666 in Gematria. And as you can see, corrupt also matches up with Andrew Tate with the number 666 in the same cipher. Andrew Tate and corrupt also match up in the ordinal and reduction ciphers as well. So this shows that this character is very corrupt, and he is not here to help you. Here's some videos where he admits that he's a part of the Matrix.
Which state is Area 51 in? Nevada. Why would you know that? Are you part of that little conspiracy theory?
Part of the Matrix.
So in the first video, he says he's a part of the Matrix, and then I'm gonna show you guys some videos where he admits he's controlled opposition, and even the guy interviewing him questions him about being controlled opposition.
How do I know Andrew Tate is not part of the Illuminati?
You have to look at the things I'm saying. If you believe I'm part of the agenda that's being pushed by the Matrix itself, then that could be argued because I am the most Googled man in the world. I'm super famous. I have massive influence. I think the number one way to prove I'm not is because I'm going against all the mainstream ideals. I'm going against the things they want.
But if Andrew Tate was part of the Matrix, wouldn't that be exactly what he says to get us on board with him?
I am a smooth talker, but I'm certainly not trying to convince people and push them down the traditional route that the Matrix is trying to lay out for people.
I didn't want to destroy you. You should have kept me as controlled opposition. I would have been on your side. I would have created my message. I would have done whatever you needed me to do. That's who I am. It's too f***ing late. You're with the wrong guy.
And then I'll show you guys some videos of him admitting that his father was in the CIA.
My dad was based in the UK for the Air Force. He was actually in the intelligence services. He was a spy.
I'll tell you something about my father. My father was literally a spy for the CIA.
My father was in the CIA. Some right-wing people on the internet think I'm a CIA plant because my father was with intelligence. I'm not a CIA plant.
In fact, for all of the Romanians watching, the former president of Romania, after the police came to our house that time, entertained the fact on live Romanian television that we may be Russian agents sent to make the country of Romania look bad. The former president said that about us, that it was a possibility. That's a completely true story. So, are we Russian agents? Нет.
In that last video, they did a very demonic laugh, which proves that they are agents. But anyways, let's talk about the meaning behind the number 666. It just represents the material world and our animalistic nature. And although this is a part of our life, we shouldn't be living our lives in our animalistic nature. That's actually what they promote. They want you to only use your animalistic part of your brain. So this is why in many religious texts, they describe evil as the beast. You know, in the Bible, they talk about the mark of the beast, which is just symbolic to living in your animalistic nature and not ascending into a higher vibrational being. So this is why Andrew Tate and Mark of Beast have the same gematria of 666, because this character is promoting the animalistic nature along with his other character, Anton LaVey. Here's an interview where he literally admits that Satanism is all about being animalistic, and he talks about how his agenda is to get people to live in their animalistic nature.
Man must learn, of course, his animal nature by studying the nature of the beasts and from the children, this childlike sense of wonder, and to be able to relate to these things within him and the animal within him.
So not only do these two characters look so much alike, but they even do the same symbolism. As you can see right here, Andrew Tate is doing the same symbolism as Anton LaVey in the picture on the right. And he's also doing one-eye symbolism in that picture as well. And both of these characters worship snakes. As you can see, Anton LaVey had this snake on his shoulder, and Andrew Tate is known for having this snake tattoo on his shoulder. So he's subliminally letting us know that he's Anton LaVey, because what are the chances that he gets this huge snake on his shoulder just like Anton LaVey? And he even refers to himself as Cobra Tate, and Cobra is a snake. And right here he's talking about a snake. And he also has a video where he eats a snake because he was a part of a TV show back in the day, which a lot of people don't even know about. You know, this proves that he was an industry plant from the very beginning, because he was actually an actor before he even got famous for what he does now. I showed that in my other Andrew Tate video, but it got copyrighted, so I couldn't keep it in my video. So if you guys want to watch my other Andrew Tate videos, the links are in the description. Another connection between Andrew Tate and Anton LaVey. Both of these characters have pictures with lions for some reason. Apparently Anton LaVey raised a lion, and that's the one that he has on the left. And then Andrew Tate went lion shopping in this picture on the right. Another connection is Sammy Davis Jr. and Lil Uzi Vert. So as you can see, Anton LaVey has this picture with Sammy Davis Jr. because Sammy Davis was a part of Anton LaVey's church, you know, the Church of Satan. And in my video about Uzi 9 months ago, I exposed how Lil Uzi's base character is Sammy Davis Jr. As you can see, these two characters look exactly alike right here. I recommend you guys watch this video if you haven't. The link to this video is in the description. So the connection here is the fact that Anton LaVey has this picture with Sammy Davis Jr. and Andrew Tate has a video where Adin Ross is asking him about Uzi. Check this out.
Are you excited for Lil Uzi's album?
No, I'm not. I don't know his either. I don't know any of this stuff. I'm out of the circle.
Now let's get into the Gematria connections, because these two characters are clearly connected with Gematria as well. As you can see, Anton LaVey equals 39 in the reduction cipher, just like how Andrew Tate equals 39 in the reduction cipher as well. So the fact that both of these characters share the same Gematria in the same cipher is crazy, because what are the chances of all of these connections? Because the chances of this happening is 1 in a million. I know a lot of you guys don't understand Gematria, but if you really understand how rare it is for this to happen, you would realize how big of a connection this actually is. Andrew Tate also refers to himself as Top G, and as you can see, Top G equals 22, just like how Anton equals 22 in the same cipher. And these are just their nicknames. Now let's get into their real names, because their real names are also connected. So Andrew Tate's real name is Emery Andrew Tate III. And Anton LaVey's real name is actually Howard Stanton LaVey. This was his original name, but he later changed it to Anton LaVey. So as you can see, both of their original real names share the same Gematria of 97 in the same cipher. So there's just so many connections between these two characters. None of this could be a coincidence. Even his nickname Top G matches up with Anton LaVey's middle name Stanton. As you can see, they both equal 22 in the reduction cipher. Now let's move on to the third character that Anton LaVey has, which is Austin Rivers. As you can see, Austin Rivers and Andrew Tate look exactly alike right here. I mean, this is completely undeniable. They have the same eyes, the same nose, the same facial hair. Everything is the same. The only difference is that Andrew Tate is bald, but other than that, you can really see the similarities in their eyes, because even though Austin Rivers is a basketball player, he still has those same sinister, evil looking eyes. They look exactly alike right here, and they have this sinister look in their face. Here's another really good comparison as well. Not only do these two characters look alike right now, but if you look at younger pictures of Andrew Tate, you can really see the similarities of him and Austin Rivers, especially because Andrew used to have hair back in the day, so it makes it way easier to see the similarities. Here's another really good comparison. Now let's get into the Gematria, because of course, these two characters are also connected in Gematria. So Austin Rivers' real name is Austin James Rivers, and as you can see, his full name equals 70, just like Andrew Tate's full name, in the same cipher as well. And I found a few celebrities that actually admitted that Austin Rivers is Andrew Tate. So Austin Rivers posted this picture sitting on top of this supercar, and that's a connection as well, because Andrew Tate loves these type of cars. He always brags about how he has 33 of them. But anyways, the biggest connection here is the fact that a celebrity commented on this picture and they said Top G, and this was the top comment on this post. So I looked up this guy, and apparently he's an NBA player, and his name is Michael Carter Williams. So the fact that even a celebrity has openly admitted that Andrew Tate is Austin Rivers is crazy, because they're putting it right in our face. And speaking of them putting it right in our face, here's another time where they blatantly put it right in our face. So this other celebrity called Gilbert Arenas openly admitted that Andrew Tate is Austin Rivers on August 2nd, 2023. And this is actually a response to my videos, because I have 3 videos exposing Andrew Tate for being Anton LaVey and Austin Rivers. And I dropped those videos before this situation happened. As you can see, they said Gilbert Arenas mistakes Austin Rivers for Andrew Tate. Here's the video.
Yeah, it's a scary dynamic when stars start acting like this.
So he records his podcast with the camera that close to him, like up in his like
Who's in jail? Austin Rivers? Austin Rivers? Oh, I thought that was Andrew Tate.
You know what?
Wait, what?
You ever shut the
That wasn't Andrew Tate? No, it's Austin Rivers.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that is not Andrew Tate.
What color's your Bugatti?
And he's not in jail.
I thought he was in jail.
He's not in jail anymore.
That ain't Andrew.
No.
No, that's Austin.
No.
He gotta grow his hair fast.
But like Austin Rivers is saying, because it's, you know.
So that ain't Andrew Tate. No, okay, just, all right. Just make sure.
I say this.
Because I was half. It was close up. I didn't get full view.
So if you notice, they tried to make it a joke after Gilbert thought Andrew Tate was Austin Rivers. And they always try to make it a joke so that people don't see the deeper truth behind it. because Austin Rivers, Andrew Tate, and Anton LaVey are all the same. All three of these characters are created with the same template, and that's what I mean with these videos. And what they were doing there is openly admitting who their characters are, because when they admit this stuff, they're getting your consent, which basically means they can openly deceive you without getting karma. And Andrew Tate has talked about this himself, and he tries to say that it's the Satanists that do this, but obviously he's a part of it. And that's also a connection because his base character is a Satanist who created the Church of Satan. So here's the video of Andrew Tate explaining why they admit what they're doing. And again, it's ironic he's saying this because they just admitted who his other character is.
This is very, very purposeful, and they've done it because they're trying to give you hints and trying to normalize and show you and tell you what they do. They're doing this because of karmic retribution. Satanists believe if they tell you what they're doing, if they make their intentions clear and you still adhere to them, that they are no longer responsible for the negative consequences of them. That is karmic retribution. I'll give you an example. If I have a stall of poisoned apples and I put up a sign that says apples and you buy one, I've poisoned you. But if I have a stall of poisoned apples and I put up a sign that says poison apples and you buy one, now you've committed. I have not poisoned you, you have committed. If you know what I am doing, if you know what I am selling, and you still comply and adhere, you are basically saying that all the consequences are erased. That's how karmic retribution works in the satanic world. They are making it extremely clear to you, on purpose, little by little, trying to show the world they are, because that way they will not be punished in the eyes of their God for their crimes. This is not just strange, unusual, some kind of coincidence. No, this is elites telling you that they are absolutely and utterly, and they are here to see if you are complicit in the actions themselves. Unfortunately, I do not have the old tweet, as I've lived many different incarnations upon the planet.
If you understand how Satanists work and think, Satanists believe in karmic retribution. They don't believe they're allowed to trick you. If you believe in Satan, if you worship Satan, if you're a Satanist, you believe it's important you tell people what you're going to do, because then you will not pay the price. There'll be no karmic retribution for your actions. So let me give you an example. If I sell poison apples and I put up a sign saying apples and you buy one and you die, then you were poisoned. If I sell poison apples and I put up a sign saying poison apples and then you buy one and you die, you commit. The fact that I told you what it was means I'm not guilty. I didn't murder you. You committed. So when you do bad things, when you do evil things, the Satanist handbook, you can look this up yourself. The satanic religion says you have to make it clear to them what you're doing. And if they don't resist, if they don't stand up against it, then they are complicit. They're agreeing that what's happening is okay. So by telling you they're and nobody do anything about it, they could sit there and go, well, everyone knew. Look, it's obvious. Nobody cares. Which is also why it's so important we call them out.
Going around TikTok now that I worship the devil or something.
Bro, yeah, something's going around, like you have this satanic friend.
Yeah, so inside of my organization, which is called the War Room, one of the guys who works for us is a hypnotist. So he kind of looks like a bit of a magician, and he's a hypnotist.
Jeez.
And he's a hypnotist. And he's a hypnotist because he's very, very good at it. He's a hypnotist, which is a hypnotist who's part of the organization. There's pictures of me sitting next to him. This hand symbol, so I adopted it. And then I got comfortable doing it. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know where it's from. And if we all knew if I was going to go to hell, I was going to take over. I walk into hell and the devil's like, oh, I'm going to burn you. So you're going to do well, I'm going to stand there and let you burn me. Look like no, I'm like these mask wearers. No, they burn me. You touch me, I'll f you up.
Now let's talk about Andrew Tate's other characters. So another character that Andrew Tate is based off of is Cypher from The Matrix. So he tries to refer to himself as Morpheus from The Matrix, but if you think about it, he's actually Cypher, because Cypher in The Matrix, if you guys remember, he actually sold them out to be a celebrity. So I like how this person said, Andrew Tate keeps talking about breaking free of The Matrix when the dude is literally Cypher. He will betray you for a fake stake. And that's true. That's another thing. In the movie, when Cypher sold them out, he was offered a fake stake in The Matrix. You know, it wasn't even a real stake. And he also said that he wanted to be a celebrity. And ironically, Andrew Tate is a big celebrity right now. Now let's move on to another character that I found, which is Ming the Merciless. As you can see, Anton LaVey and Ming look exactly alike. And I don't know much about this character, but there's many obvious similarities. And they're both bald with a goatee. Here's another really good comparison of these two characters. And again, this other character looks very evil. That's something that all of these characters have in common. They all have this evil look in their eyes. And another character that is based off of Anton LaVey is Morden Kanan from Dungeons and Dragons. And I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons. I just know that that game is connected to witchcraft and Satanism, which is a connection. So I wanted to point this out because they do create fictional characters as well who are based off of these characters on the world stage. And right here you can see that Morden Kanan, I believe that's how you pronounce it, he also has that same goatee as Anton LaVey, Andrew Tate, Ming the Merciless, and even Cypher in the Matrix has the same goatee. And it's funny because they're all bald as well. Another connection between Andrew Tate and Anton LaVey is the fact that they both have a daughter. So right here you can see Andrew Tate with his daughter, and he's doing one-eye symbolism with his black hoodie. And the black hoodie is symbolic to the underground parties that they have, where they wear a black cloak and they do weird rituals. And even though Andrew Tate doesn't show his daughter publicly, you know, he always blurs out her face, but this is still a connection because his other character is Anton LaVey, and Anton LaVey's daughter is famous, and her name is Zeena LaVey, and her other character is Taylor Swift. So it might just seem like a coincidence, you know, they both have a daughter or whatever, but it's not a coincidence when you consider the fact that Andrew Tate and Zeena LaVey have the same gematria of 111 and 39 in the same ciphers. And Andrew Tate has a video reacting to a video about Taylor Swift and Zeena LaVey. So before I show you guys that video, I want to show you guys another connection because Andrew Tate's birthday is on December 1st and Taylor Swift's birthday is on December 13th. So that's another connection. Their birthdays are only 12 days apart. So it's very obvious that Taylor Swift is based off of Zeena LaVey. I know most of you guys have been asking me to make a video about this, and I really wanted to make this video because Andrew Tate is basically responding in this video by reacting to this video about Taylor Swift and Zeena LaVey. Because if you notice, the guy actually mentions Anton LaVey also in the video. Check this out.
Tristan and I, is because we make it very clear what they intend to do. And I want to make something else very clear too. There's a video I saw today. My brother and I are some of the most famous people on the planet. All we had to do was help them with their plan. And if you ever wonder how the other famous people get so famous and stay so pushed up by the Matrix, this is a really interesting video I found today with some rather astute observations, which I'm going to let you watch and listen to in full. Please pay attention to this.
So Taylor Swift is finally showing you guys who she truly is, and you're still not paying attention, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a serpent behind her. Y'all waking up yet? Right where they wanted her, just so they can turn her around so she can manipulate the youth. The kids love Taylor Swift. But instead of being a great role model that she built her fan base off of, now she wants to be a witch. Y'all see the switch? Stop listening to these artists and stop letting your children listen to these artists. Because when you play that nonsense, you are coming into agreement with that nonsense. Your eyes and your ears are portals. What you let into them is what you're coming into agreement with.
Keep in mind, this guy that he was reacting to is a TikToker who's actually involved. As you can see, he's doing symbolism with his finger, and he has this G hat in the video, and the G is symbolic to the G in Freemasonry. You know, this is literally their logo. And also, Andrew Tate reacted to his video, and Andrew Tate refers to himself as Top G. So it's all symbolic what they're doing right here. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that all of these famous TikTokers are also characters on the world stage. You know, I exposed one in my Adin Ross video because Adin Ross's other character is a TikToker as well. So don't fall for these weird TikTokers and people on Instagram that are claiming that they're exposing something. All of these people are actually involved into keeping people in a box. Because if you notice in the video, when he brought up Zeena LaVey, he didn't actually say that they're the same. He just said that they look alike. That's how you will spot an agent. You know, they won't actually go deep into these topics that I'm exposing. And I'm gonna go deeper with this video because not only is she Zeena LaVey, but she has 5 other characters as well. So here's a good comparison of Zeena LaVey and Taylor Swift. These two characters look exactly alike. And shout out to my wife, Divine Sade, because she made a good video about this 2 years ago. And 2 years ago when she made this video, none of these weird TikTokers were talking about it. You know, there wasn't that much information online about it. But after she made this video, for some reason, all of these involved TikTokers started making videos about it and watering it down, which is usually what they do. So all of those people were actually doing damage control, including that guy that Andrew Tate reacted to. And she also has a video about Taylor Swift from 8 months ago. So I highly recommend you guys check out those videos. The link to these videos are in the description. Here's some more comparisons of Zeena LaVey and Taylor Swift. And as you guys can see, not only do they have the same makeup on, but they have the same side profile in all of these pictures. Right here, you can really see that they have the same nose, the same chin, and the same eyebrows as well. Here's another really good comparison of the side profile. And you can really see the similarities in their nose right here as well. This one is one of the most obvious ones that most people know about. But notice how the media made it into a conspiracy. And they just try to say that they look alike. But obviously we know that it's way deeper than that. Because they look way too similar. You know, this is not just a look-alike. And right here you can see that Zeena LaVey has this picture with horns in the back. And Taylor Swift also has a picture with horns as well. So that's another connection. And right here you can see that they both are doing the same symbolism with their hand on their cheek. So this one is really obvious. I'm going to show you guys a short slideshow right now of all the comparisons that I made between Zeena LaVey and Taylor Swift. So this will just be very fast, and then I'll come back with some more connections. So now let's get into the Gematria connections. So Taylor Swift username on Twitter is Taylor Swift 13, and Zeena LaVey's real name is Zeena Galatea LaVey. And as you guys can see, Taylor Swift 13 and Zeena LaVey's full name have the same Gematria of 64 in the same cipher. And then Zeena later changed her name to Zeena Shrek after she married a guy named Nicholas Shrek. And this is a very strange last name. It reminds me of Shrek, you know, the ogre. And this is very creepy because this ogre looks like a human hybrid creature that they made in a lab. And they try to get kids to love this creature, you know, so that's very symbolic. And his ears look like horns as well. So her new name is Zeena Shrek. Even her new name matches up with Taylor Swift 13 because Zeena Shrek equals 55 in the reduction cipher, and Taylor Swift 13 also equals 55 in the reduction cipher. And Zeena admitted this in plain sight on her Facebook on September 2nd, 2013, which is ironic because Taylor Swift's name on Twitter is Taylor Swift 13, and Zeena admitted this in plain sight in 2013. She made this post of a comparison of Taylor Swift and Zeena, and she said, "Coming soon to a theater near you. Is Taylor Swift Zeena's long-lost daughter?" This is what I was talking about earlier, how the media tries to make it like a coincidence, or like if she's her daughter. You know, they try to make all these fake conspiracies so that people won't go deeper and realize that they're actually the same. And then this other celebrity also admitted it in plain sight on Twitter. So Zeena was on Sally Jessy Raphael's interview in 1989, and Sally reposted it. And she said, "It seems like the satanic panic of the 80s is back. So here's a clip from a show we did about the Church of Satan. And no, that's not Taylor Swift 13. It's Zeena Shrek." And she did a winking emoji at the end to let you know in plain sight what she's saying. You know, she's being sarcastic and letting you know that they're actually the same. Another connection is Marilyn Manson. As you can see, Marilyn Manson has this picture with Anton LaVey. And Marilyn Manson actually joined the Church of Satan. And then we see that Taylor Swift also has a picture with Marilyn Manson, and apparently he's one of her favorite artists, and she looks very happy to meet him for some reason. But when you know the connection here, then you know why, because her other character's father was close to Marilyn Manson. Here's another old picture that they have together. The next connection between Taylor Swift and Zeena LaVey is Usher. Me and Divine Sade will be making videos exposing Usher and all of his characters, so stay tuned for those videos. But anyways, the connection here is that recently Taylor Swift declined performing at the Super Bowl, right? And Usher took her spot to perform at the Super Bowl. So they were both at the Super Bowl, and they've also performed together in the past. And this is a huge connection to Zeena LaVey because Zeena LaVey was in a movie called Usher. I can't make this up. what are the chances of this, you guys? This can't just be a coincidence. I mean, what are the chances that Zeena LaVey is in this old movie called Usher, and then all these years later, they create Taylor Swift based off of Zeena LaVey, and she performs with Usher, and Usher took her spot in the Super Bowl performance. So this is a huge connection. I couldn't even believe that this existed. And another connection is the fact that Zeena LaVey and Taylor Swift are both actresses and musicians. Another thing I want to point out about this movie that's very ironic is the fact that this second guy called Sean played the role of Truman in this movie, you know, and that's very ironic because later on they made a movie called Truman Show. So Taylor Swift was at the Super Bowl because her husband is Travis Kelce, who I will be exposing in my next video. So stay tuned for that video. But the connection here is the fact that she was out there supporting her husband because he plays for the Chiefs. And the Chiefs went against the San Francisco 49ers, which is interesting because 4 + 9 is 13. And like I showed you guys earlier, Taylor Swift loves the number 13. You know, her username on Twitter is Taylor Swift 13. And I'm going to show you guys more connections that she has with the number 13. But first, I want to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. So the 49ers are from San Francisco, and they played at the Super Bowl, which is a big connection because Taylor Swift was there at the Super Bowl, and her other character is Zeena LaVey, and Zeena was born in San Francisco. So this is another huge connection. You know, what are the chances that Taylor Swift is at this Super Bowl and her husband is facing the San Francisco 49ers and her other character is from San Francisco? And on top of that, the Church of Satan was founded in San Francisco by Anton LaVey, and Anton LaVey also died in San Francisco. Another connection is the fact that Zeena LaVey's birthday is November 19th and Taylor Swift's birthday is 24 days later on December 13th. So their birthdays are very close together. This seems to be a common connection that I noticed with a lot of my videos. Most celebrities' other characters have a birthday very close to theirs. And like I mentioned earlier, Taylor Swift is very connected to the number 13 and 31. So I'm not surprised that Zeena LaVey is also connected to this number. So Zeena LaVey's birthday is November 19, 1963. And the numerology of that date is 31. And her last name Shrek equals 31. And Swift equals 31. And 31 is just 13 reversed. And then Taylor Swift was born on December 13th. And her other character, Zeena, equals 13 in Gematria. And like I showed you guys earlier, Taylor Swift loves the number 13. Her Twitter is Taylor Swift 13. And 13 is a matrix number. This is why the matrix starts with an M, because M is the 13th letter. So whenever you see the number 13, it's a huge connection to masonry, matrix, you know, all of these things. So another connection with the number 13 is the fact that they said that she took a 13-hour flight from Tokyo to Las Vegas. So here's a video where she openly admits that everything about her life is scripted with the number 13. It's creepy because I've never seen a celebrity openly admit that their entire life is scripted with the number 13. Check this out.
Why 13? What is the reason?
I was born on the 13th. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in 13 weeks. Also, thanks. My first song that ever went #1, it had a 13-second intro. And I didn't even do that on purpose. And every time I've ever won an award at an award show, I've either been seated in the 13th row or row M, which is the 13th letter.
Wow.
And when I won the Horizon Award at the CMA Awards, the producer came up to me when I was sound checking and said, "All right, we're going to go in 13 seconds. There are so many numbers."
Wow. Another connection she has with the number 13 is the fact that her full name is Taylor Allison Swift, which equals 76, and 7 + 6 is 13. And we also see that A New World Order is 76, and the Skull and Crossbones is 76 in the same cipher. So the fact that Taylor Allison Swift equals 76 is a huge connection because 76 reversed is 67, and her other character's father, Anton LaVey, died at age 67. And again, 6 + 7 is 13. And another 13 connection is the fact that Anton LaVey has this album called The Satanic Mass, and this was recorded on September 13th, 1967. So that's 2 13s in that date because it's September 13th and it happened in 1967, and 6 + 7 is 13, like I just showed you guys, because ironically, he died at age 67. and he dropped this album in 1967. But anyways, the connection here is the fact that Anton LaVey did a satanic baptism to Zeena LaVey on this date, and it was recorded and put on this album. And as you guys can see, it says that it was recorded at the Church of Satan headquarters, known as the Black House. And here's the description of the Black House. And if you look at the bottom, it says that it was demolished on October 17th, 2001. And this is a huge connection because from the date of her satanic baptism on September 13th, 1967, to the date of the Black House being demolished is exactly 409 months apart. And the number 409 is connected to Taylor Swift because Swift equals 409 in the reverse standard cipher. And again, this is another 13 because 4 plus 9 is 13. And then Taylor Swift also has 2 dates that are 409 months apart. So her birthday is December 13th, 1989. And the Super Bowl that she was at was on February 11th, 2024. And these 2 dates are exactly 409 months apart. Just like the other 2 events from Zeena LaVey's life that were 409 months apart. So there's a lot of connections here. And it's very obvious that Taylor Swift is satanic. Right here you can see that she's doing one-eye symbolism. Here she is doing one-eye symbolism again. Right here she's doing the 666 hand sign. And she has this picture with Kendrick Lamar. And as you can see, Kendrick is doing this symbolism that Andrew Tate and Anton LaVey do. So that's yet again another connection that she has to Anton LaVey and Andrew Tate. And I have a video about Kendrick. You guys can go check that out. The link is in the description. Apparently he has a song with Taylor Swift called Bad Blood, which is very symbolic. You know, I don't even have to get into that because these are demonic entities. This is why she's wearing red horns. And this guy that she's with is doing one-eye symbolism. And in all of her performances, she flashes the horns to her entire audience. Here's another video that I screenshotted because I noticed that she threw it up very fast at the audience. And her eyes look very strange in this picture as well. So the reason I'm showing these pictures of her doing this horns symbolism is because this is also a connection to Anton LaVey, because he's famously known for explaining what the devil horns actually means. Right here you can see that he's doing the horns with his wax mannequin. So here's a video of him explaining what the horns mean.
I understand that, what are you doing?
I'm giving a blessing to the audience.
I don't think they appreciate it. They were throwing it back.
Well, they thought it was a curse. Would you like me to show them how the sign of the curse works?
The sign of the curse?
Completely different.
How does it go?
No, not at you people out there in the audience, but this is the difference.
Aim it toward Red China, would you?
This is the sign of the horns. A curse sign, the 2 fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun blast, you know.
I always figured if I ever met the devil, it'd have dirty fingernails. Go on. So that's the sign of the horn, and then what happens? Is that it?
Well, there are other ones, too.
Yeah, what are the other ones?
The other ones, one of them's the pox sign. That's 3 fingers extended.
A pox on you?
A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this was...
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But
You're
originally...
a bad cat.
Well, you have to be bad to be good.
Now let's move on to the snake connections between all of these characters. So like I showed you guys earlier, Anton LaVey and Andrew Tate are connected to snakes. And we see that Zeena LaVey also has a picture with a snake. And so, of course, Taylor Swift is also connected to snakes. She did this very demonic performance with a snake in the background. And this is a very creepy performance. It's clearly satanic in plain sight. I don't understand how people don't see how satanic this character actually is. You know, I don't really get creeped out by many things, but these pictures really creeped me out when I found them because this is a huge demonic snake that is like sucking the energy of all these people at these performances. So this is why people shouldn't go to any celebrity performances, even the Super Bowl. All of that stuff was created to harvest your energy. And I'm gonna show you guys a video at the end of Andrew Tate talking about this because even he admitted it. So it's very obvious that Taylor Swift is not a good person. She's obviously a demon, and she lets us know in plain sight. I mean, she has a song called Anti-Hero, which means she's the opposite of a hero, which is a villain, because she's against us, just like every other celebrity. Now let's move on to the lion connection. So like I showed you guys earlier, Anton LaVey and Andrew Tate are connected to lions. They both have a picture with a lion. And of course, Zeena LaVey also has a picture with a lion. And Taylor Swift has a music video with a lion. And she also said that her favorite Disney movie is Lion King, which is not a coincidence because it's about lions. And she also has a video where she says her favorite YouTube video is about 6 lions. Check this out.
I have watched this one like 3 times this week because it makes me so happy. And it's got these like 5 or 6 lion cubs. And there's the lion trainer. And you're like, oh, the lion cubs are cute. And they're walking around. And then they jump up on the lion trainer and they start hugging him. And then they're like making all these little lion sounds that you don't know. You don't know what the sounds are that lion cubs make, but it's amazing. It's this like.
Now let's move on to Taylor Swift's other character, because Taylor Swift has many characters that she's based off of. Zeena LaVey is just one of them, but I bet you the media won't talk about these other characters that she has because they're very limited and they don't want you to know the full truth. So as you can see, Taylor Swift looks very similar to Scarlett Johansson. You know, when I look at this comparison, I sometimes forget which one is Taylor and which one is Scarlett. And it's ironic that her name is Scarlett. And right here, Scarlett and Taylor Swift both have red hair because Scarlett is a type of red. And they look exactly alike right here again. So here's some more comparisons of Scarlett Johansson and Taylor Swift. And another connection is the fact that Scarlett Johansson is an actress and Taylor Swift and Zeena LaVey are actresses as well. You know, Taylor Swift is not a big actress, but she does have a role in a Disney movie. I forgot which one it was, but she was a voice actress in a Disney movie. I'll put it on the screen right now because I forgot the name of it. So that's another connection as well. So here's some more comparisons of Scarlett Johansson and Taylor Swift. When you look at younger pictures of Scarlett, she looks exactly like Taylor. Here's another comparison of Scarlett Johansson when she was younger, and she looks so much like Taylor right there as well. So this one is very easy to see. Another connection is that they both have a black and white striped shirt, which is very symbolic. And if you notice, Taylor Swift is waving around this wand in this picture. So now let's talk about the connections with Scarlett, because like I said earlier, they both have red hair right here, and her name is Scarlett. And the definition of scarlet is a vivid red color. And as you can see, scarlet equals 66, just like Taylor Swift in the same cipher. And I noticed that there's a lot of connections to the number 6. And I just noticed why. The reason for this is because Taylor is 6 letters. Another connection is the fact that Taylor Swift has this song called Maroon. And in this song, she mentions scarlet many times. As you can see in the beginning, she mentions burgundy, which is a type of red as well. And then she mentions scarlet twice, and then maroon at the end. And the definition of maroon is a dark red. So the fact that she mentioned scarlet in this song is a direct connection to her other character, Scarlett Johansson. And all of this red is very symbolic. You know, like I said in the past, celebrities love having pictures with red. Here she is with red lipstick, red nails, and a red shirt. And she's doing one-eye symbolism. And the Super Bowl that she was at, if you notice, both of the teams wear red. The Chiefs had a red shirt, and the 49ers had a white jersey, but the numbers were red. And even both of their logos are completely red. So all of this red is symbolic to the root chakra. Because like I said before, the root chakra and the sacral chakra are the lowest vibrations. And this is why they use those colors a lot. Because they're being symbolic to the fact that they're trying to keep people at a low vibration. As you can see, the lowest chakra is the root chakra. It has the lowest vibrational frequency, and its qualities mirror this. It's concerned with the basic elements of existence, primarily with your safety and physical survival. So this goes back to what I was saying about the number 666, and how Anton LaVey admitted that he promotes for people to be in their animalistic nature. And they promote this stuff to keep people at a low vibration so that people won't wake up to the deception. Now let's get into the Gematria connections with their real names. So Scarlett Johansson's real name is Scarlett Ingrid Johansson. And Taylor Swift's real name is Taylor Allison Swift. So both of their middle names have the same Gematria of 38. As you can see, Allison and Ingrid have the same Gematria of 38 in the same cipher. So the fact that they're both connected to 38 is a sign that one of these characters might fake their death, or somebody around them might fake their death in the near future. And their last names also share the same Gematria. So Scarlett's last name is Johansson, which equals 73. And then Taylor's last name is Swift, which also equals 73 in the same cipher. Another huge connection is the fact that they both dressed up as this robotic anime character. And I forgot what the character was called. But as you can see, Taylor Swift and Scarlett Johansson both dressed up in this robotic outfit. And apparently Scarlett Johansson admitted that she was once mistaken for Taylor Swift. She said, "The other day I was in the airport and somebody said to me, 'Oh, my daughter is your biggest fan and she loves your work so much. Are you Taylor Swift?' I was like, wow, that radiant youth cream works." So she's being very symbolic with this because she's saying that she stays young. And I'm going to show you guys a video at the end that explains this. You know, they stay young because they harvest our energy. But this whole situation seems fake and scripted. You know, they always give these fake stories. If you guys remember, I made a video about Boosie because he made a video basically saying the same thing that Scarlett Johansson said right here, which shows me that they're being very symbolic. So I'll play the video for you guys right now because Boosie literally said that he was at the airport and somebody said he looks like Flava Flav. Isn't it ironic that these two celebrities had a similar moment where a fan came up to them and thought they were their other character? And you guys can check out my video about Boosie. I'll put a link to that video in the description. So another thing I want to talk about is the fact that Taylor Swift is a man in plain sight. As you can see, she has this Adam's apple right here. And I found this picture where she's pointing at the Super Bowl and her finger is extremely long compared to the lady next to her. So this is all proof that these celebrities are inverts. You know, I can't talk about that too much on YouTube, but you guys can go to my Patreon for those type of videos because last time I exposed this, they deleted my video about Krishan Rock, Ice Spice, and Glorilla. And she mocked this in this picture. She has a apple in front of her neck, which is symbolic to the Adam's apple. And it's also symbolic to the Adam and Eve story where they ate from the apple. And the reason I bring this up is because Taylor Swift is mixed with Scarlett Johansson. And Scarlett Johansson's base character is a man. As you can see, Scarlett Johansson looks exactly like Christopher Walken. And Christopher Walken is an actor as well. So that's a huge connection between these two characters. And Scarlett Johansson looks so much like a man right here. She has short hair now and she looks exactly like Christopher. And a huge connection is the fact that Christopher Walken studied directly under Lee Strasberg. And Scarlett Johansson is an alumni of the Lee Strasberg Theater. So they're both connected to Lee Strasberg. And on top of that, they put this one right in our face, as always, because Scarlett Johansson and Christopher Walken were both in the same movie, which is the Jungle Book remake. And this is a cartoon movie, so they were both voice actors in the movie. But isn't it ironic that these two characters look exactly alike and they're both in the same cartoon movie? It's crazy how much they admit the truth in plain sight and people still don't see it. Another huge connection is the fact that Christopher Walken was born on March 31st. And like I talked about earlier, Taylor Swift and Zeena LaVey are very connected to the number 13 and 31 because 31 backwards is 13 and Taylor Swift was born on December 13th. And Scarlett Johansson was born on November 22nd, so that's another connection because Scarlett Johansson's birthday is only 22 days before Taylor Swift's birthday. And on top of that, their other character, Zeena, is also born in November. As you can see, her birthday is November 19th. So her birthday is only 3 days before Scarlett's birthday. It couldn't be any more obvious at this point. And I really wanted to bring up Scarlett Johansson's base character being a man because I will make a separate video exposing Taylor Swift and her base character, which is also a man. Now let's move on to Taylor Swift's oldest female character that I found, which is Clara Immerwahr. As you can see, these two characters look so much alike, and they both have that very evil look in their eye, similar to Anton LaVey and Andrew Tate. And another character that Taylor Swift is based off of is Terry Nunn. Here's a good comparison that Divine Sade made of Taylor Swift and Terry Nunn. And right away, an obvious connection is that they both start with the letter T. And shout out to Divine Sade because she exposed this in her recent video about Taylor Swift. The link is in the description. So Terry Nunn is in the music group Berlin. And this is a connection to all of her characters because if you look up Zeena LaVey, it says that Zeena is a Berlin-based artist, and her other character, Terry Nunn, was in a music group called Berlin. And on top of that, their older character, Clara, died in Berlin, Germany, as you can see. So I can't make this up. All three of these characters are literally connected to Berlin. And on top of that, they're all connected to Germany in general because Clara was the first female German chemist. And Scarlett Johansson was in this German movie. You know, I can't explain exactly what it's about, but I underlined this other character's role in the movie. His initials are AH. So you guys can get an idea of what this is about. But it's basically a comedy movie about the events that happened in Germany. You know, all that stuff was a hoax, but I can't expose that too much on YouTube, so I'll make a video about that on my Patreon. The link is in the description. But anyways, the connection here is that Scarlett Johansson was in this movie called Jojo Rabbit, which takes place in Germany. And then Taylor Swift has this picture with this guy, and he's wearing a German symbol that was popular during this time. So they're all connected to Germany. And the final connection that I found is the fact that Clara's birthday is June 21st and Terry Nunn's birthday is June 26th. So both of these characters' birthdays are only 5 days apart. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the description. And make sure you guys go subscribe to Divine Sade as well. She makes really good videos, and she's actually one of the first people that exposed Taylor Swift and Zeena LaVey. So go check out her video about that as well. So go subscribe to her channel. The link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. And last thing I want to play for you guys is a video from Andrew Tate where he admits that celebrities are harvesting people's energy. And even though he's mainly referring to people who go to concerts and stuff like that, but this also applies to every celebrity in general, because the main purpose of these celebrities is to harvest our energy. And of course, Andrew Tate is involved in this as well. So just because he's admitting this doesn't mean he's not a part of it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and here's the video.
You must think in terms of frequency, vibration, and energy. And I, for the last couple years, have been paying very close attention to energy exchanges and how energy is generated between people. Most people are involved in low energy activities. So let's look at the Rihanna thing we were just talking about. If you're Rihanna on stage and all these people are screaming at you, think how much energy and attention, and I'm talking energy in terms of genuine measures of energy, like kilojoules of energy that can like heat up a cup of coffee. Genuine energy is coming her way and she's absorbing it all. And you wonder why all these celebrities look good when they're old and why they're happy all the time. Now, pseudoscience, whatever. But they're absorbing energy and attention from people, and they seem to defy age, and they're happy. Whereas the people in the crowd are giving all their energy away, and what are they getting back? A recording of a song they could listen to on YouTube. And then they go home and they're depressed. Oh, I really love that concert, but I'm having a come down now, and I'm just sad, and I can't wait for the next one. And one of the secrets to the universe is learning how to absorb the energy from other people and use it against them. Some people are energy takers, others are energy givers. There are producers in the world, and there are consumers. If you talk about energy, being a consumer is better than being a producer.